Okay, so I started to record this for just YouTube. Like, I was gonna do a YouTube exclusive thing. I started to record it. I got about 10 minutes or so of gameplay in, and I couldn't get it out of my head. Like, this is something I just want to share live. I think it's my brain is like now tuned to live everything. Like I'm so tuned to just having people with me and having you guys and chatting with people and all that stuff. I'm so used to that if I start recording a game now and I don't have that with me, it just feels weird. I think there's going to be plenty of games out there, and I'm talking about this basically like the city builders and stuff like that are going to be perfect for my YouTube channel because they're the genre that actually works. But I've tried games like this a lot of times in the past, and it never does well on my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna post this to YouTube anyway. If you guys are on the live broadcast with me right now, you can see YTR in the title. That means I am putting it on YouTube. But I'm gonna start it on Twitch because I have a feeling this is where it's just gonna end up. But we'll see. We'll see it. I could have made it a YouTube original. I could have. I was in the process of doing so. I even have 10 minutes of recorded footage for it. I'm just gonna do it live. I want to do it live really bad. This is gonna take the place of XCOM for a few weeks. I think it's really wonderful so far. This is Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. It's a fantastic little, really charming little take on a world and character design and things like that. Developed by the Bearded Ladies. That's the developer. It has turn-based tactical combat, just like XCOM. It's very similar to XCOM in that regard, but it also focuses a lot more on story and sort of an RPG feel with a loot system and everything. And we'll take a look at it as we go. Just quick options here. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit because it's usually pretty loud in these types of games. I'm also going to make sure this is all good. High settings all around. Everything's basically the same as when I was recording it before. We have controller support as well if you're somebody who wants to play it with a controller. I am going to be using mouse and keyboard. I feel like that's the best experience for this type of game. Let's take a look at the new game settings. No bar RNGesus BS. Well, we still have RNGesus. You'll find out in a second. So there's 3 different difficulties for the game: normal, hard, very hard. I'll go through them for you. If you're new to tactical games, if you're new to turn-based tactical games, normal difficulty, very good decision for you. It introduces you to the genre a bit more. Enemies will do a little bit less damage. You'll regenerate all of your health after combat, so as long as you live through combat, you'll have full health for the next one. And your skill cooldowns will reset after combat as well. There will be no requirements for you to meet in order to get your skills back. And it treats skill cooldowns very differently than it does in XCOM, and we'll go through that too. Hard difficulty, these are for people who have some experience with tactical games. You have more damage being dealt by enemies. You only get 50% of your health back after combat, and your skill cooldowns, I'm gonna get that. Skill cooldowns do not reset after combat. And then we have very hard. This is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm very experienced with tactical games. It's kind of my niche. Those watching on Twitch probably have seen me play XCOM at least. I'm very comfortable with turn-based tactical games. I feel like I have a pretty decent mind for it and a pretty decent awareness for how they work. This is also the intended experience per the developers, so we're going to be playing with very hard. We're going to have enemies deal much more damage to us than they would in normal difficulty. Stalkers, which is what we are, our mutants, our stalkers is what they're referred to as in the world. They will not regenerate health after combat. So whenever we end a combat session, our health is our health, and we will have to use medical packs to heal ourselves. We don't get it back. And our skill cooldowns also do not reset in combat. There is also one more thing you can do, and Ironman mode is a thing I think a lot of games you're used to by now. This has it too. Iron Mutant. Permadeath. No manual saves. Auto saves after every single combat turn, etc., etc. If I was doing this myself, just me, I probably would select this, but because this is a series and we're doing this in a serial playthrough for the internet, I'm not gonna choose this because if I make mistakes, I want to be able to learn from them and then come back on top. But I am gonna choose a difficulty that I feel is appropriate for my skill set. I'm just not gonna choose this. I was going to. I know there are a lot of people that are. Good luck with that. I'm not going to because I feel like it's irresponsible as a video creator not to do that. So we're not gonna have permadeath. And for the sake that we can always reload if we have a squad wipe, we can reload back to the previous save, and I think that's appropriate for a video series. Let's go. Enjoy.
Another day, another mission, risking our necks for the Ark. You know, I ask myself, Dux, why are you out here? And...
You know why. The Ark's water pump is broken again, and Hammond said he needs more scrap to fix it.
yeah, well, we'd do it a lot better if he'd sent us somewhere with actual scrap to find.
Why do you have to be so annoying? Come on, we gotta head back before prep closes for the night.
Okay, let me make sure my camera's in an appropriate place. I think so. I think my camera's in a good spot. Right underneath me, there's a little icon that says split up, F. It's just a tooltip that reminds me to split up if I want to. We'll see how the interface is as it goes, and I'll adjust myself from there. Also, the little boss thing in the upper right corner is not part of the game, but it's also not in the way. So this is the real-time, you know, the exploration area mode of the game, whatever you want to call it. It's very cool. If you've been following Divinity at all, it's very similar to that in a little bit. There's a little bit of differences, but still, it's pretty cool.
Trust me, I'm not annoying.
Shut the hell up.
Trust me, I'm not annoying.
Want to see annoying? I can show you annoying.
What's wrong with you? We're in the zone. Keep your eyes open and...
Mouth shut. Yeah, you only told me that 9,000 times already, Borman.
So we can hit Q to see the zone overview. We're classified as being in the zone right now. The zone is anything that's outside the Ark, basically. We have directions or our waypoints when we do that too. In the upper right corner, we can see we have 46 scraps. I did get far enough to get an artifact, so that next icon over is an artifact. We also have one med pack, and then the other thing I believe is weapon parts, but I haven't gotten far enough to like confirm that. But every time I get weapon parts, I think that number goes up, if I remember correctly. Again, I've played about 10 minutes of this, so I've seen all this before. Normally, I'd be scavenging this whole thing and looking for every piece of loot possible. But since I've already kind of seen it a little bit and I've done it before when I recorded this for YouTube before, I know that there's nothing else in this area that I need to bother with right now. So we'll continue forward. This is Brahmin. I feel like the dynamic between these two characters, and we're gonna get more characters as we go forward too, I'm sure, because I've seen like the trailer and stuff. Brahmin is, I believe, like been in this longer. He seems like he's been in this longer than Dux has. This is Dux, D-U-X.
Look at this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. This scrap's gonna make us heroes back at the Ark. Let's split up.
ACN, thanks for the 100 bits. Happy holidays. Been long since I've donated. Here you go. Thanks, man. That's really generous of you. Appreciate it. Scraps can be exchanged for weapons, armors, and other types of stuff back on the Ark. So we're going to use scraps as sort of a currency.
Like mutants. Not just any mutants. Stalkers. Tight muscles. Good meat. I smell them too. Where there's stalkers, there's Ark. Where there's Ark, there's killing time for Skizix and Treble. Oh, they're close! 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 Over there! Come, brother! I'm on their trail.
So we're both walking around with a flashlight right now. This lets us move pretty quickly. It's our normal movement speed. When we have our flashlight out though, enemy detection range is greatly increased on us, so they can see us much earlier when they're doing this. If we shut our flashlights off, we go into more of a stealth mode, and this game really relies on stealth quite a bit. Our enemy detection is much reduced on us then, and we can get into better positions. We can also ambush the enemy in this case. I'm gonna put Brahmin here.
Scouting ahead.
I'm gonna split up for a second. We're gonna use Dux. I'm gonna get around. Oh boy. Oh boy, this guy wants to go. He's pretty bold. This guy's getting real far out here. There he goes. I'm gonna get Dux a little bit closer. Dux has his weapon. He has the crossbow. The crossbow is, as far as I know anyway right now, it's our only silent weapon. And so we can engage with stealth and we can take out enemies quietly, if you will, using a crossbow, and dwindle their numbers before engaging in combat, or just take them out entirely with stealth. So I'm gonna ambush this guy as he comes up to us. I'm gonna hit spacebar now. And this starts the tactical combat phase. Combat is turn-based. Each stalker gets 2 action points per turn. Some actions like shooting, throwing, sprinting will end our turn once they're used. Very similar to XCOM. Also, you're gonna notice the interface will look very similar to XCOM once we get started as well. Now, I have not been spotted. I've chosen to engage in combat, but I've not been spotted. If I decide I don't want to engage, I can just exit combat right now, no problems, and just continue on my way. If I activate, I can still exit combat if I want to. I can still say, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. By hitting F, which is the key that's right underneath my camera. You can kind of see it. But I'm going to, because I think this is the right time. If I move to this tile here, we'll have a 100% chance to hit. It shows you in percentages how to hit, and it works. It doesn't work in like micro percentages like XCOM does, where you're gonna see like 78% to hit. It's, as far as I can see it anyway, the crit chances go up by 5s and stuff, but your hit chances tend to move on 25%, 50%, 75, or 100 is what it seems to be. Partial cover, and the game will explain this in a second. Partial cover gives you a 25% bonus to your defense, so it gives them a 25% less chance to hit you. Full cover gives you a 75% buff to your defense, or it reduces their chance to hit you by 75%. It's a huge difference. So whenever possible, we want to take full cover. If I move to this tile, it also tells me that it will alert this new unit, that this guy will get alerted and he'll know I'm here if I move to that tile. It's a 50% chance to hit here. I'm gonna go in the open because I think I'm far enough away from this guy to where he won't engage, he won't be able to hear me. So as long as I can get 100% and still be far enough away from that guy, I'm solid. So right about here, I think is probably okay. This is gonna alert him to my presence, but he cannot warn his friends until it's his turn. It happens as a free action for him, but he has to wait till his turn to do it. So as long as I take him out before his turn, we're still fine. So I'm going to shoot. It's 100% chance to hit, does 4 damage because my weapon does 4 base damage, so it will absolutely kill him.
Damn, I'm good.
Okay, now we're out of combat. There's no more enemies in our vicinity. We're out of combat. We can do whatever we want now. Now, we still have the detection radius for this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and loot him. Get a couple of scraps from him. And I'm gonna proceed a little bit further this way. Let's see if I can get close enough. Right about here ought to do it. I'm gonna take cover behind this. It's gonna show us again the differences in cover. 25% buff for partial cover and 75% buff for full cover. If we flank, it negates all the cover bonus. Makes sense. It's the same way if we get flanked as well. So I'm in high cover right now. If I want to shoot him from where we are, it's already 100%. So let's just fire the gun. This is the very first combat engagement. It's meant to serve as a tutorial for the player, so it's very easy. All right, let's regroup.
Never seen ghouls this far south before. They're getting closer to the Ark every day. Something's up, Borman.
Let's go this way.
I got this one.
I don't want to do that.
Over here.
So we get the broiler. It's 1 additional crit damage, and this is a weapon modification. We can modify our weapons as we go through. We'll get different weapons, and we can also apply modifications to those weapons. We get a 50% chance to burn enemies when we use this. Ancient Fire Torch. When attached to any weapon, this will give the chance of shooting flaming projectiles, good against flesh enemies. We're going to most likely have to deal with mechanical enemies at some point as well. I'm just gonna wander around really quick here, make sure I'm not missing any loot. We can turn our flashlight back on and walk a little faster now. Did I miss any loot over here? I haven't properly vetted this area for loot yet, so I'm kind of just. If you're new to me playing these types of games, I'm really thorough with the environments. I really like loot, and I like to get all the loot. So I'm gonna get as much loot as possible here. Let's grab this scrap. And also want to come over to this plane here. Investigate the plane.
We saw one of these things once. Filled with zone dogs, right? Oof. The ancients sure knew how to build big pieces of garbage.
Big pieces of garbage. They're referring to humans as the ancients. This is taking place in a post-human world. Humans have already destroyed the place. The mutants are here. And kind of what's left over. I assume the game will explain the history, but I haven't gotten far enough to hear it yet. This is going to take the place of our XCOM 2 slot in our schedule for a little bit. So we're going to do this Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. This is the same slot we were doing with XCOM. We're going to do XCOM. We'll do Long War 2 after we finish this. Okay.
Hold it. Ghouls. I don't like the look of that big one. We have to be sneaky. Okay. Here's the plan. We turn off our lights, then hug the water. Go around them.
Red skulls. Enemies with a red skull are too high level for you and your team. They will kill you. Avoid red skull enemies and explore the zone to find encounters that match your team's level. So we're level 1. You can see it in the upper left corner above our portraits. We're level 1, and I assume that white bar is a progress meter.
I will rip off their tiny stalker arms and beat their faces.
These guys are level
till they
55.
die. Faces too ugly to beat. No one loves a stalker. Give me the stalkers. Let them come. Where are you? Ark don't even love stalkers.
Arcs don't even love stalkers. Okay, so some loot right here. There's also some loot behind him, but I'm pretty sure we can't get in there, so not gonna bother with it. Guess that's us just going around him. It should be good now. And we proceed all the way to here. And this is as far as I got when I was recording for YouTube before, so now I'm entirely blind. Turn off the light. Yeah, I got it. Oh, I forgot we can backseat me in when I'm live. I forgot about that. It's okay. East Outpost. It's okay.
Up ahead. Home, sweet home.
Oh, I'm gonna kiss that elevator when I see it. Get upstairs, take a bath, get a grog with the boys. Get another grog with the boys. Foot massage. Ah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Oh, hello. We got some stuff in here. Right here. Common scrap. Inside. Yeah, I'm scouring the area right here. Just trying to find all the loot there is on the map, if possible. I don't normally walk the road most traveled, if you know what I mean. Because there's usually, I mean, I feel like they would have placed loot along the way in an obvious way, but I want to get the stuff that's not so obvious. Which doesn't look like...
Looks like a family lived here. Lived here and died here.
Nothing like a bunch of skeletons to put your mind at ease.
I'm gonna go... Okay, so this looks like it's... There we go. There's some other stuff here. Broken weapon parts there. Okay, that should be fine. So we have 10 weapon parts. I'm pretty sure that's weapon parts then. Here's some loot here. Common scrap, nice. Okay, we'll go to this campsite then. And this. Medkits. Healing. You can use a medkit at any time to heal your stalkers in the inventory. Healing outside of combat always refills you to full health. Okay. So we don't get a full health regeneration after combat, but if we heal out of combat, it will always bring us to full health. Good to know. We're going to want to maybe try and budget ourselves to where we only use med packs out of combat if that helps. Moving forward.
There's a cabin up ahead. Definitely feel a ghoul vibe coming off of it.
So we run in, guns blazing?
Too dangerous. If we're sneaky, we can get into a good position. A good position keeps us alive. Turn off your flashlight.
Okay, sneaking. If you are undetected, you can scope out enemy positions and kill isolated weak enemies using your silent weapons. This can tip the balance of the fight in your favor by reducing overall enemy numbers. Exactly. Okay, so let me keep going. There's some scrap here. Shut off the lights. We're gonna sneak up on these guys if we can. Just checking out possible loot. No. Does loot always glisten at me? It looks like it kind of does.
I guess we take the Ark. Tasty mutants. Love me some mutants. There we go. Rip their hearts. Crush their... Hey, hey. You hear that? You hear that noise? I hear my stomach. Hungry.
I got this. Cover me.
Kill.
I'm gonna leave Borman there. See where I can bring ducks for this. Bring it around the truck here. Oh, there's another guy. Wow. Wowie. Okay. Hang on. Move around. He gets pretty far away from his teammates. I'm gonna use that against him. There's a chest here. I can open that. The Gapper. Can destroy covers, knocks back enemies. This gas-powered cannon, humorously named after the type of damage it has been known to deliver, launches fat, chunky shells. What the Gapper loses in subtlety, it gains back in power. Can knock back most enemies. Yes, please. Sounds fun. This is the butcher. Can I engage you right here? What's the chance to hit from here? 75. Okay, so we can get a little closer to you. Has 100% to hit here. That sounds nice. Let's go. He still hasn't spotted me. Nice. Well, it doesn't say he hasn't spotted me, so maybe he has. He looks like he's ready for the fight. Either way, this will do 4 damage. He has 4 health, 100% to hit.
Nighty-night.
And we're back. Good. So if I can isolate the enemies... Hey, we leveled up. When your stalker team levels up, each mutant gains mutation points. Mutation points can be used to unlock powerful combat mutations or to improve your stalker's stats, such as health or movement range. Movement range, huh? I like lots of movement. I like damage, though. I like damage a lot more. So there's a Marauder with 4 health. And the Hunter with 6 health. Okay, the Hunter. How to deal with the Hunter. Unsure. Let's hide here for a second. Let's see what we have on Borman here. I get Borman just a little bit closer. It's creeping up on me. Why is it creeping? Why is it creeping? Why is it creeping? Quit creeping on me. Okay, what do you have in inventory? You have a Molotov. Does 1 damage, but it also burns them for 2 turns. We can do the level ups. So, mutation. Either major, minor, or passive. Only one of each can be set to your loadout. Stat bonuses are permanent and will always be applied regardless of your loadout. Your loadout can be changed in inventory at any time outside of combat. Cool. You can be flexible with it. Run and gun. It's just like XCOM's run and gun. Use two movement actions, and you can shoot, but you have to activate it before. Now, notice how it says kills to recharge. You need 2 kills to recharge the ability. So it's not based on turns, it's based on kills. He doesn't get it back until he kills 2 enemies with it. That's kind of interesting. We have Skull Splitter and just health boosts. I'm kind of tempted just to take the health boosts on people right now, so they don't die. But Skull Splitter seems really cool. It could tip the tides for us, actually. It could really do some good stuff for us. I'm gonna take this actually, because it's gonna give me 100% critical chance So I will do critical damage. Could be the difference between leaving someone alive or and killing them. I'm not planning on taking a lot of damage, so. As far as not planning on it. Also, Borman, let me see. I can't do run and gun anyway. Health booster costs 1. On the next level up, I would have 2 then. So I could bank these points and choose to just wait for run and gun. I kind of want to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to bank his point. So what's the step here? What's the play here? I can't eliminate one without alerting the other. They're too close together. There seems to be some loot in here. I wonder if I can get it. It's not there. Not there. Oh, there's loot here though. Got it. Get out. I'm wondering if it's best to take this full cover spot right there. They'll be alerted, but if I can activate them and then move into position and shoot, it's probably not a big deal. I could shoot the hunter with the skull splitter. And true, negative 25 to hit does mean it can miss, yes. I don't know how reliable 75% is, but I imagine it's 3 out of 4. I'm okay with taking those odds sometimes. This is all partial cover behind the truck. Hey, there's a broken gun here. Thank you. I think I want to get in the house. I'd like to get up high, though. High ground could be cool. There's a little old playset here, but that looks like it's going to be too far away for the bow. So maybe I just come this way. Is this full cover here? It's classified as full cover. Do I have 100% to hit from here? It's 100% to hit from here. So we can kill the Marauder outright and have full cover from this side. This guy could run this way to flank me. So I think before I do that, I'm gonna exit combat really quick. Or I'm not. Apparently I'm not. That's gonna hurt. He saw me? Wow, that's gonna hurt.
Smash the feathered one!
How did he see me? I was moving away, no! Well, he's gonna shoot me, flanked in the back. Got 3 damage. Okay, let's see how we deal with the hunter though. He's on Overwatch. They're kind of bunched up. I'm wondering if Borman has grenades, right? He's got grenades. They're kind of bunched up though. I will need to move ducks. I absolutely need to move ducks. So I can do 100% on the hunter here. The crit chance is pretty small on him despite being a flanked target. Or we throw a grenade. The Molotov can hit both. We can move ducks back to safety of full cover, but he's not likely to hit them. We should take advantage of the crit while we can, I think. I think I'm gonna move the hunter in and kill the Marauder so that we only have to deal with 1 target. This is a 50% to hit the Marauder though. It's not good odds. Maybe it's best for the 100. He can flank me later anyway. So I think it's maybe better for the hunter to have 100% on him. Let's take the 100 shot. Oh, the Overwatch. Right, the Overwatch will affect him anyway, even though he hasn't been spotted. So in my head, I was thinking he's not spotted yet, so he won't be affected by it. But yeah, he totally will. That's a problem. That's a big problem. It's really low chance to crit here. I'm wondering if I can do anything about this. Wow, we might die already. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something special? Do we expose ducks or Borman? I wonder if we expect ducks or Borman. They could both be flanked. Both could be flanked. 50% to hit kind of sucks. If I get into here, at least it's full cover from 2 sides, but everyone can be flanked in this situation. Like, nobody's safe in this situation. I think I just take out the Marauder. I think I take the Marauder off the field. I think that's the play. We take the Marauder off the field. We have to make sure they both can't shoot, right? So this will kill the Marauder. So we make sure that the Marauder can't shoot.
Now that was a good kill.
Ideally, I would have liked to have engaged him from stealth right here, but I guess exiting combat just there, I was still in the red zone and moving out of it triggered him. So we'll know that for next time, that you can't start an ambush in the red by surprise and then try to move out of it. You have to be a bit smarter with positioning, I suppose. So we don't have the run and gun because we didn't get it because we don't have enough points for it. But I can shoot here, which I absolutely should. In the event we crit, we kill. It's 15%.
What you got?
Only 5 damage. So one of these guys are probably gonna die. One of our guys are probably gonna get hit here. I believe they start bleeding out though. I don't believe it's actually a death. It's a bleed out. Okay. So we need to kill him, and then Dux will be fine. I can't do anything. Why can't I do anything? I want to do things. Can I do things? Can I... Hello? Can I do things? I'm like unable to do anything right now. My mouse is stuck in camera mode. It's stuck in like a freeform mode instead of being in combat. Hello? What is going on here? Why can't I do anything? Okay, apparently that's really bizarre. I still can't do anything. I've lost my mouse. I will reload it and see if I get my mouse back. That's really bizarre. Now I have my mouse back. Weird. Super strange. Is this only 75 to hit? Whoa. Wait, he's considered in cover from here? This isn't flanked? You have to be completely over? Oh, okay, that's different than XCOM. That's different than XCOM. Do we risk lives on 75%? I don't really want to use this Molotov. Somehow this isn't flanked because you're gonna shoot from this tile. So XCOM, Phantom Doctrine, a lot of other games like that, they have a step out mechanic in it where it's assumed you're gonna step out of cover to shoot. And that's kind of why this would be a flank in XCOM, but this game does not have a step out. So I have to remember that. It does not have a step out. We'll take the 75.
Sleep it off.
Okay, now I have to get over there and heal him. Or he comes back up.
Feels better.
I literally cannot switch to Dux. He's up, but he's dead. He's up. I think the game is bugged, honestly. Something's bugged up there. I'm going back to autosave. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm completely unable to do anything with him. Now he's back. Now he's back. Really bizarre. So, game has bugs. Game's got bugs. Now we know why we're not doing Iron Mutant. Game's got some massive bugs in it. We're gonna need to heal. So, let's go to inventory, use med pack on both. The same good thing, we found 2 of them. But now I know about that ambush, and I understand that if I start an ambush while I'm inside the red circle, I can't back out of it. Because if I do, then they'll see me. So now I know that. Good to know. Boombox. A strange talking box that hisses at you like a snake when powered on. Sometimes, depending on where it is placed, it will speak to you with beeps, whistles, or even faint voices. Includes a handy slot in the front for keeping things in. +1, use artifacts to buy upgrades in the Ark.
Look at this beauty.
Artifact.
The ancients left a lot of ugly junk behind, but once in a while you see something like this. Wonder what these buttons are for.
I wouldn't touch it if I were you. I'm not kidding around. Lay off the buttons.
What's up your butt?
That's a bomb, all right. They used to call it a boom box. Touch that red button, and it goes boom.
Don't be pretending you know what any of this crap is. We'll bring it back to the Ark and show it to Prip. Ask him what it's worth on the black market.
That's a bomb, all right? They used to call it a boom box. Press that red button, and it goes boom. A boombox can change the world. All right, let's go back to level ups here. We have 2 points available with Borman now. I'm gonna take run and gun. I want that ability. That ability would have turned that engagement into 100%, which would have been nice. Ducks, I'm up in your health, buddy. I'm up in your health. That's gonna happen. Okay, let us proceed. So the waypoint is that direction, but I want to go this way first just to see what there is. Did I go this way already, over by the water? I think I did, actually. I think I looked that way already. What about over by the car? There was something over by the car. Yeah, this. Broken gun. Okay. I think I've looted the area. Pretty sure. So we'll proceed. A slot on the front for keeping things in, I know. What about the new gun? Interesting. Yeah, how would we use that? Does it take up a gun slot then, I assume? So we can see the range of the gun as well. The scatter gun has an 8 range, to where the stinger has a 10, versus our crossbow that has a 10, and our stinger with 10. So ducks can shoot the same distance regardless, but if we happen to be too far away from an enemy for range-wise, we can always switch to the stinger and shoot with that instead. The damage difference is notable, but not super significant. We also have a regular hand grenade, which does 4 damage and destroys cover. Yeah, let's equip that on you for sure. We don't have any helmets or armor, I don't think. No. Backpack has the boombox in it and the broiler 50. Use the workbench in the Ark to attach this to your weapon. So it's a weapon attachment. And it looks to me like if I want to switch to the stinger with you, I can switch to the gapper. Oh man, the gapper would have been cool though, wouldn't it? Cause it probably could have killed the guy in one shot instead of leaving him alive with 1 health. Oh man, we could have got him. All right, now we know he's got the gapper on him. All right, we're good. We're good. We're fine. If we run into another one of those guys, we know how to deal with them. It's gonna be okay. It's Gaper? Okay, well, Gaper then. Let's move this way.
Of course the world ends. You did it to us. When the ice melted, you said nothing. When the plague spread, you did nothing. When the nukes dropped, you became nothing. At least that's what the Elder says. But cheer up. You'll be happy to know that despite your mistakes, life remains. In a small settlement high above a raging river, people are living and thriving. We call it the Ark.
Cool. It's like way up high. Okay. Cool.
The Ark is humanity's last outpost, a lonely island in an ocean of chaos. Within these walls, we help each other create a new civilization on the ruins of the old one, with the guidance of our leader, the Elder. The Elder tells us we're safe as long as we never leave.
Of course.
Because outside these walls lies the Zone, the never-ending wasteland. A mass grave spanning the planet, littered with your crumbling monuments to your hubris and arrogance. What the Elder chooses not to tell us is our food and water supplies are running dangerously low. That's why he relies on stalkers, adventurers who leave the Ark, explore the Zone, and scavenge for precious resources. Stalkers are tough enough to resist the rot, and they got the smarts and the firepower to keep the Zone ghouls at bay. Stalkers have to be more than human. That's me, Mr. More Than Human.
Mr. More Than Human.
A mutant.
Mutant.
I look weird to you, but hey, you look weird to me. So let's leave it at that. If the Stalkers come back from the Zone alive, the Ark survives another day. If the Stalkers don't come back, the legacy of mankind will be lost forever. At least, That's what the Elder says.
Nice. Use this as a thumbnail.